Last night, one Philly was racing all around the base paths and crossed home plate 4 separate times. His teammate was defending the hottest spot in the infield with precision and amazing athletic ability. Both were swinging the stick with power, and because of it, the Phillies are back to 500. Sunday baseball out here in Milwaukee, and a little meet and greet with the sausages going from person to person, saying, hey, they're even more popular sometimes than the Brewers players. We get set for the finale of this 3-game series. It's the Phils and the Milwaukee Brewers. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, joined by Ben Davis. Well, what an electric night it was offensively for the Phillies last night, with the top of the order providing the biggest spark. Odubel Herrera scored 4 runs in last night's ball game. I'm not sure if he can duplicate that today, but it would be nice for the Phils to have it again to go for the sweep.
It would be tough to duplicate the same game, but if Odubel goes, the Phillies offense goes. He really is the catalyst at the top of this lineup. I'd have to say this is the best performance of his professional career, whether that be in the minor leagues or in the big leagues. He was on top of his game last night. I've been very critical of Odubel recently in the fact that he hasn't been hitting balls hard. Yes, he's been getting on base, but he hasn't really been squaring balls up. Well, he did that last night. He did it with his bat. He did it with his legs. He did it defensively. This is just unbelievable what he can do. Home run to left center field. He did it all last evening.
Well, and the Phillies will take that from time to time because it shows that he is a rising star in the game of baseball. Speaking of rising stars, offensively, we know what Maikel Franco could do, but how about what he did defensively last night and has done so far this season?
He's looked great, and he's really come around with his bat, but it's nice to see him do it defensively. Really provide a big lift against these Brewers and help out Andrew Bailey tremendously. This is from his seat of his pants, as you said last night, and he's able to get to these balls. He's got very quick feet, not the fleetest of foot, but his first reaction is very smooth.
His teammate Freddie Galvis said after that throw right there from his feet, he goes, I think you throw better from your behind. That's the kind of fun they're having when the Phillies are winning. Everybody is happier. So it's the Phils and the Brewers. It's the final game of this 3-game series. Willie Peralta on the mound for Milwaukee. Jared Eickhoff, meanwhile, will make his 4th start for the Phillies. And speaking of Jared Eickhoff, his emergence these last couple of years has been because of that pitch right there that you're watching. It's the curveball, so effective. We're going to talk about Jared Eickhoff when we return. closer to his start here this afternoon in Milwaukee, warming up out in the outfield with Cameron Rupp, Bob McClure roaming around. Bob loves what Jared has done so far in a Phillies uniform. That's the thing that really stands out, is what he's done since he came over from the Texas Rangers. His demeanor out on the mound. Now he's starting to combine these other pitches, like the curveball, which has been so effective. The opposition's hitting under 100 against that curveball. So he's just going to keep on throwing it in outs.
You might as well keep throwing it because no one can recognize it. Yes, some teams have scouting reports. Most teams have scouting reports exactly when and where he's going to throw it. But that doesn't mean that they can recognize it. Until they start recognizing that pitch, he's going to keep throwing it. It is that good. He knows when and where to throw it.
His last start against the New York Mets, he had a little trouble in the first inning against David Wright because he threw the curveball. Wright was able to fight it off, and then he comes back with the fastball, and Wright sends it into the seats in right center field.
He tripled up with that breaking ball 3 consecutive times, and then ultimately has to come in with a fastball. David Wright takes him out to right field, and then he gets the curveball going. Able to climb the ladder on Conforto, but ultimately it was the big 12-6 Uncle Charlie that got a lot of strikeouts.
Really effective against the left-handed hitters like Neil Walker, but then he freezes the righties like Kevin Plawecki right there with the curve. Now the distribution of pitches, 56% fastball. It's got to remain at that number, if not a little bit more. But the curveball at 31% and the slider at 9%, those are 2 breaking pitches that come out of the same slot that can be very effective if he uses them together.
Yeah, they are going to be effective, but he has to be careful that he doesn't lose his fastball. It's still a low 90s fastball, but if he doesn't use the fastball, he's going to lose the fastball. I think you're going to see a lot more heaters out of him today.
All right, well, he'll be opposed today by Willie Peralta, making the start, struggling so far for the Brewers. Lineups and first pitch from Miller Park when we return. The Brewers get set to wrap up this 3-game series. The lineup cards were just exchanged a moment ago, so this game will be a little later than what we anticipated. It's supposed to be a 1:10 first pitch, but it looks like we're going to get started maybe a minute or so later. Time now for our cold hard fact, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Odubel Herrera last night became the only Philly since 1900 to score at least 4 runs, hit a home run, and steal at least 2 bases in a game. He's also reached base safely in each of his last 15 ball games. Phillies hope that continues here this afternoon. Pete Mackanin with the off day tomorrow says, I'm going to mostly get my starters out there, including Odubel. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Phils. It's brought to you by Xfinity. The new Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. There's Herrera leading it off in center, then Freddie Galvis and Maikel Franco. Ryan Howard, the first baseman, bats cleanup. Cameron Rupp hits 5th. Cesar Hernandez will bat 6th. The bottom third will be Emmanuel Burris, Jared Eichhoff, and Peter Borges. And they will face 26-year-old right-hander Willie Peralta, who has struggled this year. I guess that's an understatement when you allow 37 base runners and 18 in the 3rd innings of work. Ben Davis.
That is not a good walk to strikeout ratio. 12 walks to 13 punch-outs. That's not going to get it done. He's been very inconsistent, just like Chase Anderson, a very slow worker. Does have a good fastball. He's always had a good arm, but command is what thing he's really struggled with. He does throw a slider to change, and the numbers against the Phillies have not been good.
So the first batter he'll face is Odubel Herrera. Odubel overall hitting .283 with 2 homers and 8 runs batted in. And the first pitch of the day. Taken low. We're underway. 1 ball and no strikes. Odubel has hit in 5 consecutive games, 4 for 9 in the series. And he loops that one out to center field. Neuenhuis started back. Now trots in, 1 away. All right, Ben, it's time now for our Nissan keys to today's game.
I would try and pick 1 offensive and 1 defensive, and curves are cool, but trust your heater. We know about Jared Eichhoff's great breaking ball, but he still has to trust his heater. And oh, Mikey, you're so fine. Keep it going, Maikel Franco.
I would have liked to have seen you sing that a little bit more.
No, you wouldn't.
All right, maybe not. Here's Freddie Galvis. Galvis 1 for 8 in the series, takes a strike, according to Jim Wolf, the home plate umpire. Galvis is average at .227, 2 home runs, 7 runs batted in. Outside and low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Jim Wolf is behind the plate. The crew chief Sam Holbrook's over at first. Rob Drake is at second, and Carlos Torres is around at third.
Wolfie's 15th year.
Amazing he's been around that long. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouled away. It's 1-2. Randy's not playing this year, right?
He is retired. Just got married. Living in California.
Did he find that girl that was that he saw on the subway that he was trying to track down that one year?
Don't know if that was her.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Galvis. He went after a high fastball. 2 outs. Here are the first. Time now for our Cadillac home run replay. Visit your local Cadillac dealer for attractive lease and finance offers. That was a big one last night.
It was a big one. Hanging changeup, drives it out to left field. His 3rd home run in 2 nights. That's your Cadillac home run replay.
Overall, he's got 5 homers and 12 runs batted in. His slugging percentage up to .552. It's been a good series for him. And he chops it over to third. Big hop for Aaron Hill. And Willie Peralta is going to get through this inning unscathed. The man that's allowed a bushel of base runners allows nothing at the top of the first. So Jared Eichhoff's next start is upon us. Pitcher put up a 1-2-3 top of the first. Let's take a look at his lineup for today. It's brought to you by Xfinity. The new Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Domingo Santana leads it off in right, then Scooter Gennett and Ryan Braun. Chris Carter, the first baseman, bats cleanup. Kirk Neuenhuis hits 5th. Aaron Hill bats 6th, followed by VR, Maldonado, and Peralta. And they will face 25-year-old right-hander Jared Eichhoff. 1-2 on the year, an ERA of 1.89. He's an enjoyable kid to watch. He does not wait. He gets the ball and fires. And he fires at a pretty good rate.
Love to watch him pitch. Love the demeanor.
First pitch of the day for him to Domingo Santana is swung on and missed.
Look at the scouting report for Jared. 4-pitch pitcher. We all know about the great curveball, but his fastball will sit just above 91. The opposition batting average against that breaking ball at .081.
Santana is 2 for 7 in this series. And a liner out to center field. Odubel Herrera will play it on one hop. So the leadoff batter's aboard for Milwaukee here in the bottom of the first. And now Scooter Gennett will be the batter. Brewers have taken the lead in the first 2 games of this series. The Phillies were able to overtake that. Gennett is 2 for 8 in the series. Overall batting .259, 3 homers and 4 runs batted in. Swing and a miss. Well, there is the fastball that Ben was talking about, throwing that a little more. That was 89 miles an hour. Everything should work off the fastball, right? Unless you're a knuckleball pitcher.
Correct. I don't care who you are. Everything comes off that heater.
The ball's 1 strike. Runner leads off first. That one's pulled foul. And it's 0-2. Now the first few fastballs have not been in the low 90s. They've been 88, 89.
He'll get loose.
There's a curveball, and it's swung on in. Did he foul it? Nope, he missed it. And there's strikeout number 1 for Jared Eichhoff. And 1 away. It's tough to tell. You heard something, but it just could have been the dirt.
It was the bat hitting Cameron Rupp's helmet.
Oh, is that what it was?
That's what it was. He got hit a couple times last night by Santana on the follow through. You watch this, right? Boing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Santana has a very long follow through as well and got Cameron 2 nights ago.
So 1 away. Here's Ryan Braun. Braun is 7 for 15 on this homestand. And overall hitting .355. One of the league leaders in batting average. That one's tapped back to the mound. Eichhoff quickly to second for 1. Put out goes 1-4 at second base. Is Santana okay? He went in and made contact with Cesar Hernandez. He's a little wobbly right now.
Jared looked like a shortstop right there. That was smooth.
I think that's the second time this year Jared Eichhoff has looked like an infielder making that play.
That was smooth. I know the double play was not completed because how softly Ryan Braun hit the ball. But one thing I've noticed about Cesar Hernandez at second base, look how smooth this is by Jared. That's beautiful. One thing I've known about Cesar is his transition on the double plays a lot smoother than I remember last year. I did notice in spring training, spent a lot of time doing that.
Chris Carter whacks the first pitch foul. It's 0-1. Carter homered last night. 6 for 16 on this homestand and 3 extra base hits in this series alone. Runner goes. Pitch is taken low. Throw to second by Rupp is not in time. Ryan Braun with his first stolen base of the season. Not really much that Cameron Rupp could do on that. Ryan Braun got an excellent jump off first.
It was a running lead. He just never stops his feet. You always want to stop the feet of a potential base stealer. Jared not able to do that. Nothing Cameron could do.
24 stolen bases last year. As we mentioned, it's his first this season. 1 ball, 1 strike to Chris Carter in the dirt, and it's 2-1. Chris Carter signed a 1-year deal with the Brewers. Last year played for the Astros. Breaks his bat, hits it out to right field. Borges, looking through the smoke from the fireworks, makes the catch, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left in scoring position. On to the second in a scoreless game. A reminder that Saturday is the Fans Feeding Families Night. Bring a non-perishable food donation and get a buy one get one free ticket to a future game. Go to Phillies.com/feedingfamilies. Tickets can be purchased anytime by going to Phillies.com. Buy 1 get 1 free.
That's a BOGO, Tom.
Yeah. Ryan Howard leads it off and takes low and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Howard hitting 196, 4 home runs, 9 RBIs. It's outside 2-0. Tapper foul, and it's 2-1. Howard has a couple of hits in this series. Ryan, looking at the hits that he's picked up this year, and he has 11 hits overall. So 2 of his hits have gone to left, 4 to center, and 5 to right field. He had the check swing base hit in last night's game, and he had a rocket through the hole at shortstop back on the last homestand. There's the 2-1 pitch to Howard. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Howard a little more upright this year compared to past years. He's run the count full, 3-2. Where he puts his feet is basically the same. Off the third base line, a long run for VR. And he makes the catch. With the overshift on, he was the only man on the left side of the infield. One away. Cameron Rupp is coming up. Let's bring in Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thanks, Tom. Well, as you mentioned, it has been a struggle so far for Willie Peralta this season. He has not pitched well, not pitched the way that the Brewers have seen him pitch in the past. They are just 1-3 in games that he has started. He has yet to throw a quality start. Take a look at the years past. The batting average, opponent's batting average, creeping up. Opponent's batting .352 against him this season. One of the big reasons, he keeps falling behind in counts. He's only throwing strikes 58% of the time. That's been his biggest problem, working from behind, having to give pitches over the plate that players are able to turn on and hit, and that has been his struggle. This is a guy that won 17 games a few years ago. They're hoping that he can get back on track soon.
Well, he looks like he's on track so far through the first 5 hitters. He's only thrown 14 pitches, and he has the first 5 outs in this game. Law of averages, though, the way the pitches were thrown last night is that somebody was going to be a little lower in their pitch count today.
Yes. He does have a big arm. He's got a big power sinker. When that ball is down, it does have good movement. When the ball's up, he gets hammered.
2 away, and here is Cesar Hernandez batting 6. Cesar has a hit so far in this series, 1 for 4. Shows bunt, takes a strike. It's 0-1. Murph, by the way, we had a discussion the other day about fireworks inside.
Yeah. Did you notice that?
Uh-huh. A little foggy in here with the fireworks being shot off inside.
I couldn't remember where I had seen it, but I knew I had seen it before.
Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Murph, and it's really not safe.
I feel very safe. Okay.
It's because you're encased in cement down there. There's the 1-1 pitch coming to Cesar, and he grounds it through the hole on the right side, a base hit. Hernandez is aboard. First hit of the day for the Phillies, and that'll bring Emmanuel Burris to the plate. Manny Burris playing left field today. He has only 1 hit on the season. Trying to get him some ABs. An infielder by trade, and more often than not, the Phillies will see him in the outfield. Cesar 1 for 5 in stealing bases, inching off the first base bag. And a liner foul, and it's 0-1. I would think he'll go at some point if he's comfortable. That's the big key, is if he's comfortable. So he's talking to Mickey Morandini, and that's over in the first base coach's box.
Maldonado does throw a bit better than Lucroy.
He does, and if that's the case, Lucroy's had a good series throwing. Last night it was Herrera that was able to outrun him a couple times. And that pitch hit him. So no chance for Hernandez to run. It'll bring Eichhoff up with runners on first and second and 2 men down.
He took that one like a champ.
Sure did.
93. Now rub some dirt on it.
Eichhoff is 1 for 6. From a pitcher standpoint, he's a pretty good hitter. He worked on it during this off season. And it's 0-1. His 1 hit was a double to right center field up at Citi Field. Martin Maldonado just threw his hands out from the side looking into the dugout. I'm not sure what he was upset about or what he was trying to get relayed. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Need to see which base he's going to throw it to if they do happen to steal. There's no way they're stealing a bag here with Jared Eichhoff up. Either one gets thrown out. You want him leading off the next inning.
That is exactly what it was, because he just laid down the signs. He was looking for signs and they hadn't given them to him. Little tapper foul, and it's 1-2. And a line drive, base hit it to left field. Routing third, heading for home is Hernandez, and he'll score. And the Phillies jump out to a 1-0 lead on the RBI single by Jerad Eickhoff.
Hang that breaking ball. Better help yourself, Jared. That was a seed to left.
That's his second hit of the season.
That's where this pitch is. That has hit me written all over it. Gets his foot down early. That's a good looking swing
Sure
for a pitcher.
Gorgeous batting ninth. Lifetime .213 hitter here at Miller Park. Try to check his swing, goes around on a breaking pitch. It's 0-1. They've been working the last couple of days in the cage, watching some video, trying to get Borges, what we talked about, getting his hands down, his hands back. Also working the right side of the diamond a little bit more. Inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Good pitch there. Not one you want to hit.
Well, you are right. He does have a good arm. 95 on that fastball there.
Always has.
As Murph mentioned, just a couple of years ago, he won 17 games. Last year, he was 5-10 on an ERA of 4.72. He's a better pitcher here than on the road, as most guys usually are from a comfort standpoint. 22 wins, 21 losses here at Miller Park. It's 3-2. The runners will be off on this pitch. Swing and a miss. Got it with a hard sinker in. Second strikeout for Peralta. Side is retired. However, Jerad Eickhoff has helped his team to a 1-0 lead with an RBI single as we go to the bottom of the second. Back here in Milwaukee, the Phillies lead at 1-0. We'll talk not only about the Eagles draft, but also, as they mentioned, the Flyers and the Capitals. Currently, that game is in the third period, about 10 minutes left. And the Caps still hanging on to a 1-0 lead. Jared Eickhoff just finished up his warm-up tosses. Eickhoff will face Kirk Neuenhuis, Aaron Hill, and Jonathan VR, with the Phillies up 1-0 on the RBI single by Jared Eickhoff. Neuenhuis had one at bat in last night's ball game, and then was lifted from the game for a pinch hitter once the Phillies took their starter out of the game because of the injury. Phillies did officially put Charlie Morton on the disabled list today, and they called up Luis Garcia. And they'll use a relief pitcher, Matt Klentak said, for the next few days to fill the roster spot, and then another pitcher will be brought up on Friday to start at home against the Cleveland Indians, most likely Adam Morgan. As Pete has told us and Matt said to us today, the pitching staff at Lehigh Valley, all of the starters are throwing very well.
Yes.
Little tapper foul.
Just as we expected. Nice to have those options. Last year they just really didn't have a whole lot of options. If someone got hurt, ready to flip of the coin, who's going to be the guy to get called up?
Yeah, Mark Appel has pitched well, but as Matt said today, you know, he still has some seasoning left to put together. Swing and a miss. Neuenhuis is struck out on the curveball. Second strikeout for Eickhoff on that curve. And one away.
It's just so tight. A lot of times you'll have a guy with a big breaking ball that jumps out of his hands. So you could recognize it right away. He doesn't have that. Comes out of the same arm slot.
Fastball outside to Hill. Aaron Hill has good numbers against the Phils, particularly last year. At the knees, and it's 1-1.
Nice pitch.
Off the outer edge. 2 balls and 1 strike. The evolution of Jared Eickhoff we talked about in his last start began in the Rangers organization at Single A with the help of Storm Davis, the former major league pitcher, who was his pitching coach. And it also, as that slider, or excuse me, fastball goes outside, 3-1. It also was helped in the Rangers organization by Mark Connor, who was the pitching coordinator for the Texas Rangers. And he's the one who whispered to Eickhoff that he should work on the curveball more and throw it. Chopper left side, charging is Galvis. He's got it. And Galvis just barely throws out Aaron Hill. So there are 2 outs. Matt Breen from Philly.com wrote a story the other day about Mark Connor's conversation with Jared Eickhoff, and what Mark told him was that in the American League, he thinks that a guy who throws the curveball would be more effective in the long term. Well, he's not in the American League, obviously, but it certainly has helped in the National League. But Jared is the kind of kid, as Bob McClure and Pete Buchanan have learned since he's come over, he will listen and he will consume what you're telling him, and he'll put it to use. And the curveball has helped move him quicker up the minor league ranks and eventually to make his major league debut in a Phillies uniform.
We were early to arrive this morning and got in the clubhouse. There Jared was looking at video. He was one of only a couple players that were here. Most of the time on day games, the players will not take batting practice, but Jared was here early nonetheless, looking at video.
Liner foul by VR, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Just love to see that kind of preparation.
Second straight 3-ball count. VR in the series is 0 for 7, 2 for 14 on the homestand. And he's played in all 3 games now at shortstop. Different spots in the order too. It's that one out to Freddie Galvis. He's up with it again. And this time it's a little easier play, and the side is retired in order. 2 in the books here in Milwaukee. We'll go to the 3rd. Phillies are on top 1-0. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fans section for all the information. Please submit your answer on the subject line. All right, Ben, the question is, what 2 Brewers made the 2015 All-Star game? In Cincinnati, the answer will be revealed a little later on. We head to the top of the 3rd. Phillies lead it thanks to an RBI single by Jared Eichhoff, and now Odubel Herrera will be the batter. Herrera flying out to center field his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. I do believe Odubel thought that pitch was down, if I could read his lips properly. Fights it off. It's 0-2. Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Hank Edelman of Royersford. Phillies hit a home run in today's ball game, and Big Hank will win $100.
Good luck, Hank.
Dirt. Did it get a piece of him? Doesn't look like it. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Odubel.
How he got out of the way of that one.
Well, and I'm not sure why I questioned whether he was hit by a pitch, because as we've learned, Odubel will always let you know if something happened.
How close this comes. Cat-like.
Again, 2-2.
You gonna keep that jacket on the whole game?
I like the way the jacket looks. My only fear is if I take it off, I'm not going to be able to get it back on again.
Making me nervous.
Ben, when you're at the office, if you're wearing a sport coat, you should keep it on. Outside, 3-2.
Here's Odubel doing his thing again. Seen a lot of pitches. I'd say I'd expect a foul ball right here, but the way he swung it last night, love to see him barrel one up here.
Chops it toward the hole at shortstop. VR is up with it, stumbles, throws, not in time, and Odubel with an infield hit.
That was close.
It was close. You know, once it went out toward the hole at shortstop kind of slowly. It was going to be tough for VR to throw him out. Excellent arm by VR.
Very good play. But just not good enough. Threw it into a different gear. His hitters can smell. He got out of the box very quickly. His hitters can smell hits. Best thing he did there was not lunge at the bag. You lose time when you're in the air. He did not lunge.
Well, let's see if he has his wheels going again. He stole a couple bags in yesterday's ball game. Freddie Galvis is up, and the throw gets away from Carter, and it bounces up the right field line. That's going to enable Herrera to go around second and head to third. And he'll be there standing. Once that ball took the hop up and spun toward the right field line, you figured he had a chance to get to third base pretty easily.
He sure did. No brainer. Picking Sammy up all the way.
It's got to be an E1.
Yes. Putting pressure on the defense. That did kick up very high and just careened down the right field line.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room over there compared to, let's say, Citizens Bank Park. The infield is in, a topper up the first base line, foul, and it's 0-1 to Galvis. 1-0 Phillies looking to add to the lead. They have scored that in error to Willie Peralta. Official score for today's ball game. Tim O'Driscoll, who has come into our booth a couple of times to explain the decision last night to give Brett Oberholzer the win. As Galvis fouls it back. Remains 0-2. We thought that the win would be given to Andrew Bailey or even somebody else out of the bullpen. Oberholzer kind of struggled a little bit. If you look at Galvis's numbers with runners in scoring position. And Tim was actually going to give it to Andrew Bailey, but he was told by Elias, the official statistician of baseball, that he had to give it to Oberholzer. Up and in, 1-2, because he pitched 2 innings in relief, and he was on the mound when the Phillies took the lead for good. There are certain rules that are set up for official scores. There's Tim.
Very informative.
Swing and a miss. Galvis strikes out for the second time. 3 strikeouts for Peralta. MLB.com at bat. Follow Phillies baseball live with the MLB.com at bat app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with live game video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone and tablet. All right, so here's Franco. He grounded out his only time up. They're going to play the infield in again. Runs, although there were a lot of them last night. Neither team really scores a whole lot of runs. I would think they're going to be careful with him in this spot, right? Maybe an unintentional, intentional walk. Nope. And a line drive base hit it to left field. Herrera will score an RBI for Franco, his 7th hit of the series. It's 2-0 Phillies.
Just not smart baseball on their part. Nothing against Ryan Howard or Cameron Rupp, but you have one guy that single-handedly beat you in 2 consecutive games. I know Odubel had a lot to do with it. He was my player of the game last night, but this guy's seeing the ball and swinging the heck out of it right now. Put him on.
Yeah, and I wouldn't set up inside, like on the inside part of the plate. If anything, you're going to set up outside away from the plate. Here's Ryan Howard with the infield with an overshift, and Howard takes upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Howard popped out to foul territory. His first time up on the third base side. Jonathan Villar's shortstop made the catch. That ball is cracked to the right side. Jeanette to second for 1, over to first, and a 4-6-3 double play And the side is retired. However, the Phillies tack on another run on an RBI single by Maikel Franco. So 1 run, 2 hits, nobody left. On to the bottom of the third. It's 2-0 Phils. To McDonald's for an Egg McMuffin and medium iced coffee for $3.49. Buy Chevrolet. Visit your local dealer at ChevyDealer.com. And buy Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Phillies on top 2-0. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Phils as we go to the bottom of the third. Well, the Capitals have defeated the Flyers 1-0 to win the series 4-2. Flyers put together a couple of really good games and some good games today as well. They just couldn't get a lot of scoring opportunities. Capitals again outshot them. Martin Maldonado hits one out towards second base, picked up by Cesar Hernandez, and 1 out here in the third.
What I like is Jared's getting a lot of outs with his fastball today. He has fallen behind a couple times last inning in particular, had a couple 3-1 counts, had to throw the fastball and got a couple ground balls. That pitch right there, fastball only at 89, but not a whole lot you can do with it.
Willie Peralta 0 for 4, hitting .079 during his career as a hitter. And he takes a strike. It's 0-1. All right, that pitch was at 87 miles an hour. I guess it was a fastball. I thought maybe it was a slider, but it didn't have enough cut on it.
I've only seen one at 90.
All right, so his average speed 89 miles an hour with his fastball.
Pretty good hack there by Peralta.
Check swing. Swing and a miss. He got him with a curveball. Why not throw it to Willie Peralta? Third strikeout for Eichhoff. Now there are 2 outs. Domingo Santana will be coming up.
Just count how many times you say that this year. Swing and a miss, got him with a curveball. When Jared's pitching.
Fastball outside.
Jared and Cameron on very good rhythm today. Good pace. Hit the sign and chuck it.
Foul ball, and it's 2-2. Every time the Phillies pitchers retire the opposition 1-2-3, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. The new Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. This curveball is changing the way folks are experiencing Jared Eichhoff. Back-to-back strikeouts. He gets Santana looking. Watch it break. I mean, this is old school right here. Another 1-2-3 inning. We're on to the fourth. It's 2-0 Phillies. Fourth inning is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go Phillies. Let's go places. Top of the fourth inning, 2-0 Phillies on top. And Cameron Rupp will lead it off. He flied out to center field. His first time up. A run in the second inning on an RBI single by Eichhoff. And a run in the third on an RBI single by Maikel Franco. Phillies keep scoring runs with the pitcher batting eighth. He'll never get to the 9-hole. 0-1 to Cameron Rupp.
I asked Cameron the other night, I said, hey, what those Maruccis you're swinging, are they maple or wood? He looked at me and he said, what?
Why do you ask
those
trick
questions? Isn't that the
questions?
same thing? I said, you know what I meant, maple or ash. He said the ones I'm swinging right now are maple. So today I said, hey, are you going to swing the maple or the wood today? He just smiled and walked away.
Marucci is a very common bat used by Major League ball players out of Louisiana.
Yes.
Outside. Did check his swing. No swings to Sam Holbrook. And it's 2-2.
Peralta is definitely one of those guys, if you're a right-handed hitter, you have to make sure you stay inside the ball. You come around the ball whatsoever, you're going to smother it.
Swing and a miss. Rupp is tagged out. Now that's the fourth strikeout for Peralta. Cesar Hernandez is coming up. Well, Murph, it's been somewhat of a renaissance for the Phillies offense since those first few games of the season.
Yeah, you're right, Tom. You know, you said it last inning. Runs have been hard to come by for both these teams, but certainly if you're a Phillies fan and been watching the games, you know that the offense had been struggling. First 16 games, they had just 6 wins to show for it, and we're not certainly scoring at a very good clip, 2.5 runs per game in those first 16 games. But as you said, something happened over the last 3 games. The offense has really picked up 3 straight wins. The team batting .289, 6.7 runs per game. You see home runs are up, slugging percentage is up, on-base percentage is up as well. So across the board, the offensive numbers have been so much better for the Phils over the last couple of days. And, you know, as you mentioned, you know, Maikel Franco obviously getting hot. That helps. But you know, that pitcher in the 8-hole, it's working for them right now, and you can bet Pete Maccannon's going to stick with that as long as he can.
He's going to stick with it more for luck than anything else. 6-3 on the putout.
I asked him that yesterday, Tom. I said, all right, so the pitcher now in the 8-hole, is it more superstition at this point?
Absolutely.
Or do you think, yeah. He's like, I'm just sticking with it, absolutely.
Although we probably should track the amount of times that the number 9 hitter has led off for the Phils and whether that's had any kind of a role at all.
Being that baseball players are the most superstitious people on the planet, it keeps working.
Just coming from a guy who does not get off the elevator on the concourse level when we leave, but goes all the way down to the bottom every day.
That's what I do.
For no good reason.
I did it the first day on the job, and I continue to do it.
2 balls and no strikes. Down the left field line and out of play. Brewers took a little extra time getting in the box as he's allowed to with that foul ball. There's a one hopper out to shortstop. VR is up with it, and it's a 1-2-3 inning here in the 4th. We've played 3.5 here in Milwaukee, Miller Park. Final game of this 3-game series. Phillies 2 and the Brewers nothing. 32-year relationship with the ALS Association of the Greater Philadelphia chapter has promoted this Phillies festival each and every year. It is a great event. Autographs from the 2016 players and coaches, plus the Philly Fanatic photo booth this year. $16 million has been raised to help fight ALS. Tickets are on sale 9 a.m. on Tuesday, April 26th at Phillies.com or by calling 215-463-1000. Last of the fourth inning. Scooter Gennett will lead it off. Gennett struck out his first time up. Ground ball foul. Two to Scooter Gennett.
An 0-2 count his first at bat. Throw him that big breaking ball in the dirt. Got him to swing. See no reason why he wouldn't throw it again. As he climbs the ladder here.
He does climb the ladder, and Cesar Hernandez will wait for this ground ball. And there's one away. Ben, I have a question for you.
Pisces.
Did you call Chipper Jones today to wish him a happy birthday?
I did not.
Did you call Omar Vizquel?
I did not. Definitely did not.
Did you call John DeSangro, our associate producer, and wish him a happy birthday?
I should have.
You didn't?
I did not.
Well, let me leave the microphone open for you to be the first to wish John DeSangro a very happy birthday.
Many happy returns, John DeSangro. Appreciate all you do for us.
Yep, Johnny is one of our unsung heroes. He's one of the best in the business and one of the best people you will ever come across. Celebrating a birthday today down in the portable production cavity outside Miller Park. Ryan Braun is the batter. Braun reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. And he fouls this one down the right field line. And it's 0-2. Sang is sharing the birthdays today with Vizquel, Chipper Jones, Carlos Beltran, Todd Jones. Those are some baseball players who are celebrating a birthday today. Fastball in. That one reached 90 miles an hour. Curveball out toward right field. That's well hit. Borges going back toward the fence, and it is gone. Opposite field home run for Ryan Braun, his 5th of the year. And he makes this a 2-1 ball game here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
That one just not as sharp. It just hung up there, and Ryan Braun as good as anybody at driving balls opposite field, much like David Wright does. This one just sitting there on the tee. That one didn't have that snap to it, that sharp break. And good hitters don't miss mistakes.
Carter takes outside. So it's a 2-1 game, just the second hit of the afternoon for the Brewers.
It's a strong position right there.
He's not a big guy, but obviously he's got strength. 2-0. This is a big fellow right here. Flied out to right, broke his bat his first time up.
Eichhoff had retired 9 in a row up until Ryan Braun.
And another base hit for the Brewers. Peter Borges trying to cut it off, and he can't. It goes to the wall, and Carter will go to second base. A 1-out double here in the 4th inning.
Thought Peter was going to be able to get to this one. Another pitch elevated. Chris Carter said, I'm going to make a concerted effort to drive balls to right field. We saw him hit a double down the line last night. Does it again this evening.
Yeah, his thought is that by driving them to the right side, it will keep him in more. He felt like he was striking out too much last year early on in the season. Neuenhuis struck out his first time up. Fastball just outside. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. A bit inside. Here's 2-0. Well, his command is off, not because of the home run, but because of these 2 pitches and even the pitch to Carter. His command's a little off in this inning.
It is.
Good time for Cameron to go out.
It's a great time to go out. With a little breather.
.50 pitches so far for Eichhoff. That's not bad. How would you approach this, though, as a catcher? Would you have him throw a certain pitch to get himself back in? Would it be the curve? Would it be a slider, maybe?
I would just dot a fastball down and away. The fastball command has been pretty good.
There you go.
Just like that. I don't know what Neuenhuis was looking for.
Unless in his mind he thought, well, I'm going to take a strike, but you hit 182 and you get a pitch like that.
I see a straight one. I'm swinging.
Back toward the middle, off the mound into center field. Carter being held at third base. And the throw off the glove of Ryan Howard is going to enable Neuenhuis to go to second base. Well, there's going to be an error there. I don't know who the official scorer is going to charge it to. And now the double play is out of order. And you've got a tough hitter, at least against the Phils, in Aaron Hill.
The throw just out of reach of Ryan Howard. Almost looked like they weren't really sure who was going to be the cutoff man, either Mike Kell or Ryan Howard. Ryan Howard getting over there a little bit late, but that throw needs to be elevated a bit more.
That'll be the first error of the game for the Phillies to put runners on second and third. And they do score the error to Odubel. That's his third. Odubel now 3 errors on the season. He had 5 last year. And here's Aaron Hill. The infield is back. 2-1 ball game. Curveball in there. It's 0-1. Aaron Hill grounded out to shortstop his first time up, so 7 for 14 against the Phillies dating back to last year. Another curveball, fly ball, left field. That should be deep enough to score Carter. Burris is getting under it. Not usually an outfielder. Makes the catch. The throw coming to the plate is offline. It's going to enable the runner to go to third. It's a 2-2 ball game.
These are things that simply cannot happen. 2 consecutive times you're missing the cutoff man, enabling Neuenhuis to move up, advance the base. I know there's 2 outs, but now anything in dirt, wild pitch, pass ball, it's simply too deep to be able to throw Chris Carter out. Hit the cutoff man. See that nowhere even near Maikel Franco.
VR grounded to shortstop his first time up. Pops it up, foul territory. The other thing too is that if there's a base hit now, the run definitely scores.
Yes.
If there's a base hit with Neuenhuis at second base, I mean, there's 2 outs, so he's going to go on contact. He's going to get an excellent jump. But you're guaranteed the run to score now. You may not have been guaranteed that the run would score if he was at second base. Let's face it, if the Phillies had played cleanly in this inning, he'd still be at first.
Sure, Juan Samuel will make it a point to talk to Manny and Odubel about their throws.
Curveball in there, 1-2. Another curveball waved at and missed, and the side is retired. So 5 strikeouts for Eichhoff. However, the Brewers have tied it up. They get a home run from Ryan Braun and a sac fly from Aaron Hill. We're even at 2 as we go to the top of the 5th here at Miller Park. Out, add a little color. Avery Neon Shipping Labels ensure all your shipping messages get noticed. Perfect for any priority message. And WB Mason delivers the same day when you order by 11:30. Local service personalized by who? But WB Mason. Eichhoff will lead it off, and he takes a fastball low. So we're all even at 2 as we move to the top of the 5th inning. Eichhoff has an RBI single. That was back in the 2nd inning. And he chops that one foul past Juan Samuel. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Pretty simple stance for Jared Eichhoff, and it's produced not only the RBI single his last time up, but also the double earlier this season against the Mets. And that one's out toward right center field. And Santana will make the catch. 1 away. 5 in a row retired by Willie Peralta.
I believe that double was off Syndergaard, wasn't it?
Yeah. No.
DeGrom.
DeGrom. They both had long hair. I had to remember. Speaking of DeGrom, the Mets lead the Braves 3-1. Michael Conforto an RBI double. Phillies trail the Mets and the Nationals in the National League East. Head to Washington after today's game. An off day tomorrow. Borges takes outside, 1-0. Borges struck out his first time up. Chopper to shortstop right at VR. Well, they're letting Willie Peralta settle in here. And 2 away as the top of the order's coming up.
One thing you don't want is him to settle in, get more and more comfortable, because we know the propensity he has to put runners on base and give up a lot of runs. I give him credit, though. He's keeping that fastball down, mixing in a few more off-speed pitches.
Earned run average coming in was 8.35. It's sitting at 7.04 now. First pitch to Odubel. He shows bunt, bunts it foul off to the third base side. And it's 0-1. Reaches out and pokes it to left. It'll hang up there for Braun. Pretty quick inning for Willie Peralta. 1-2-3. Go the Phils. That's 7 in a row retired by the Brewers right-hander. On to the bottom of the 5th and a 2-2 game. Back minor league report. We look back to what happened yesterday in the world of the Phillies minor leagues. Mark Appel, 5 innings, 2 earned runs. He's off to a good start. Lehigh Valley defeated Pawtucket 7-4. Reading defeated New Hampshire in 11 on the Rhys Hoskins walk-off solo home run. And Clearwater upended Brevard County 6-1. Meanwhile, Lakewood lost to Greensboro. Yan Hernandez 2 for 4 with an RBI.
Nice to see those guys swinging the bats down there.
Absolutely. Swinging the bats, but also, as we mentioned, the pitching staffs. Alec Asher pitched very well yesterday for the Reading Titans. Maldonado grounded out his first time up, and the first pitch from Jared Eichhoff. A breaking ball. It's 0-1. Breaking ball just sailed over his head. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Good pitch.
Peter Borges out right field. Will make the catch, 1 away.
We talk a lot.
Break Peralta up.
We talk a lot about the demeanors of the pitchers and what they do. We talk about Aaron Nola, Jared Eichhoff, the demeanor. They look very ho-hum on the mound. That doesn't mean there's a lot of bulldog inside them. These guys are competitors. They just don't show it outwardly.
Well, I think that, you know, the last half of the year when he went 3-3, that's what really stood out for Bob McClure. And Bob was that way as a player, as a pitcher. You know, there was a lot of competitiveness to Bob McClure. He wasn't a big guy, but he'd fight you if you confronted him.
Yeah.
He liked the competitiveness that Eichhoff showed last year. 1 ball and 1 strike to Peralta. Peralta struck out his first time up. 1 of 5 strikeouts for Eichhoff. Two balls and 1 strike. Out of play, and it's 2-2. I think Murph, one thing that stood out in the meetings we had with Bob McClure earlier was, his eyes kind of lit up talking about that sort of bulldog nature that Eichhoff has.
Tom, I think you're right. One of the things that I've noticed over the years in talking to Bob McClure, I'm sure you guys have as well, is that his eyes do light up when talking about some of these young pitchers that he gets to work with. Bob is certainly a teacher, and that's what he really enjoys doing. And he's getting a chance with these young arms, these young, talented arms that are in the Phillies rotation right now to get a chance to teach. And I was talking with him today about not only Eichhoff, but about Aaron Nola as well, and Vince Velasquez. And, he was talking about one thing that they're really trying to drill into these guys is the ability to pitch in. And they have to pitch in if they're going to be successful at this level. And it's gotten to the point now that during bullpen sessions, Bob McClure will go down to the bullpen and he will get in the batter's box and he will force these guys to throw in on him. And if they don't, he gets on them. So it is hands-on for Bob McClure as he is saying, you know what, I'm willing to get in here and I'm willing to take it close to the letters because this is what I need you to do when you're out there on the mound. And it's that kind of hands-on instruction that these guys are getting right now.
Out of play, and it remains 0-2 to Santana. Can you see Bob McClure doing it? I mean, seriously.
Yes.
There's no question we could see him doing it.
I also could see him charging his own pitcher at that point.
In the dirt, and it's 1-2.
And it's a joy for him because it's one thing to be able to have that knowledge and try and share that with younger pitchers. But if those pitchers don't have the talent, you try and instill as much knowledge in as you can. But these guys have the talent. You can do whatever you want to try and make me run fast. You could have all the knowledge in the world. It's just not going to happen if I don't have that in me. These guys have that in them.
Fastball inside, good spot, and it's 2-2. 91 miles an hour on that fastball.
He's probably looking for that hook. I'd love to double up inside right here.
Got him.
Or throw that.
Back-to-back strikeouts, 7 strikeouts for Eichhoff. He's gotten Santana twice. We played 5 on to the 6. We're tied up at 2. Philly of the week has stepped out of the bullpen and into whatever role Pete Mackanin and Bob McClure need him to fill. Expected to be in middle relief area of the pen, Yenmar Gomez was slid into the closer's role 5 games into the season, and he has stood tall in late innings. The 28-year-old right-hander has delivered with confidence and delivered on all save situations when the phone is rung. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Jared Eichhoff has allowed 2 runs so far and 4 base hits. He's also been able to pick up some strikeouts along the way. He's hoping that at the end of the game, Gomez is available. Pete Mackanin wasn't sure before the game, just figured he'd let him throw a little bit and then decide. The bullpen has obviously been used a lot the last couple of days. We start the top of the 6th. Freddie Galvis takes strike 1. Galvis has struck out twice. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Love to see that bounce back inning by Jared. It's huge. Got roughed up a bit in the 4th.
With a good fastball,
yes.
too. Outside again. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ball was smoked off the half wall near the Phillies dugout, and Larry Boa had to go scattering.
I think Freddie's really picking the ball up off Willie Peralta today.
I agree with that. In 3-2. There are other guys in the lineup that could pick it up probably pretty easy. I mean, I guess there's certain times where there's certain pitchers that you as a hitter, you just don't see it clearly.
Yes.
Out to left field, and that'll slice foul and out of play. Ball right side. Carter can't get to it. Diving stop by Scooter Gennett. It'll be a base hit for Freddie Galvis. Gennett was shaded a few steps over toward second, over toward the middle. Well, the Cincinnati Reds are coming to town Friday, May 13th through Sunday, May 15th. Now the 13th, there's nothing going on at the ballpark except for a good pitching matchup. On Saturday the 14th, it's Teva Respiratory Night, a free Phillies cap to all fans. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. Michael takes low. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Michael had an RBI singles last time up. He's 1 for 2. A little bit of a hanger right there.
Michael must have broken his bat on that single he had last inning.
I guess so. Why would he change?
He had to have. Why he would be looking down at Sammy down the third baseline, 2-2. Is that a habit?
I was going to say it's a force of habit. And he's down on strikes. And there's 1 away. 5 strikeouts for Willie Peralta. And Ryan Howard will stroll to the plate.
Breaking ball down. Michael not only way out in front, but pulling his head off. What I've seen out of Willie today is not the stuff of a starting pitcher with a 6.85 current ERA.
Yeah, with an ERA coming in over 8.5.
Yeah.
And Howard lines it out towards center field. Neuenhuis will make the catch. Galvis will head back to first. And 2 away here in the 6th inning. The other part of it too is that Peralta is doing it somewhat economically. His pitch count is in really good shape. He'll deal with Cameron Rupp now with 2 away in the top of the 6th inning.
Let's see a big fly out of Cameron right here.
There's a base hit to left center field, and that one's going to go to the wall. Galvis on his way to third. He's going to be waved home. Rupp will pull into second. The throw to the plate by VR is not in time. An RBI double by Cameron Rupp, and the Phillies retake the lead. It's 3-2.
That way, Rupper.
5th double of the season for Cameron Rupp.
That ball was smoked.
Yeah, once it hit the grass, I mean, it scooted.
Breaking ball there. Cam stays on it. Struck out on the pitch. A breaking ball his last at bat, but stays on this first pitch. Drives in at left center field gap. Freddie very good around the pillows.
And again, the Phillies have one in scoring position for Cesar Hernandez, who was 1 for 2. Cesar singled and scored his first time up. And then grounded out to shortstop his last time. That one's out toward left center field. On the run is Neuenhuis. He won't get it. It gets by him. Scoring easily is Cameron Rupp, and Hernandez pulls into second with an RBI base hit. And the Phillies lead it 4-2.
Trade places with him.
That's the second hit of the day for Cesar Hernandez.
It's exactly what Caesar did right there. Trade places with him. This is the first pitch. This is the double to left center right there. Supposed to be in, stays inside, it drives it to left center. He's had some good at bats today. Some very good at bats.
Pete McCann chatting with Cameron Rupp. Well, those are some pretty good 2-out swings.
Ball just kept slicing away from Neuenhuis.
I wondered if Braun would have continued after it if maybe he had a cleaner look at it than Neuenhuis. That one's out towards shortstop. VR is up with it and sails the throw over to first in time. And that'll do it for the Phillies here in the 6th inning. But with 2 outs, they're able to score a couple of runs. An RBI double by Rupp and an RBI double by Cesar Hernandez. 4-2 Phils as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Mason, you can't go wrong when you buy right. Buy T-Mobile. Get Major League coverage. T-Mobile has doubled its 4G LTE since 2015. And buy your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer or visit DelValHondaDealers.com. Bottom of the 6th inning, Phillies 4 and the Brewers 2. Well, the sausage race has a little different twist on Sundays. The adult sausages, well, they set the pace. It becomes a relay race with the younger sausages. Usually Chorizo has a ringer helping him out, but that ringer is pitching today in Willie Peralta and catching in Martin Maldonado, so Chorizo could not be helped out. Scooter Gennett hits one out toward left field. Burr is on the run. It's over his head and over the wall. An opposite field home run. And it's a 4-3 ball game. The second homer of the day for the Brewers. Well, there's been some baseballs that have really carried.
I saw Manny stop running. I said, why did he stop running out in left field?
Well, looking at the angle, Manny had run past the baseball, basically.
He did. I just can't believe that ball carries out of here.
Off the back wall.
Yeah. That wasn't a wall scraper.
So the home run by Scooter Gennett is 4th of the year. It's a 4-3 game. And here's Ryan Braun, who homered his last time up. He's 1 for 2. And 5 for 10 in this series. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Only 75 pitches for Jared Eichhoff. He fouls that one off his foot. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Last time up, Ryan Braun was bringing the lumber. Brought to you by Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine.
Hanging breaking ball. Drives it out to right field. As good as anybody in the business at driving balls opposite field. Is your Yellowwood bringing the lumber.
At the knees. It was a changeup, it looked like, and it's 1-2 to Braun. This is the meat of the order for the Brewers. Phillies trying to close out this series with a sweep.
Jared almost looked like he was in disbelief that that ball carried out that far.
I think a couple of the baseballs that have been hit in this series have kind of led us to this day where you can't assume anything.
No.
How about that ball that VR hit down the left field line last night that went foul? That would have been out of here by a pretty good distance.
That's the other thing is you look at Scooter Gennett, and nothing against Scooter, but it's not all that physically imposing.
I agree.
Chris Carter hits that ball, okay, but Scooter Gennett,
Chopper over toward third, a foul ball. And it remains 2-2. By the way, we mentioned John DeSangro's birthday earlier. John also shares a birthday with Jim Nacita, whose daughter Debbie works in the Phillies front office. He is celebrating his 95th birthday today. Wow. So happy birthday, Jim. 2-2 pitch in the dirt. 3-2.
That's a good run. He's still going.
Fastball lined out to right field. That'll be a base hit for Braun, his second hit of the afternoon. Well, even though they're 4 games under 500, there are parts to this lineup that are still excellent. And Braun and Carter, and usually when Lucroy is in there, they are excellent still.
They are. Professional hitter, especially Ryan Braun.
Carter had a double his last time up. He doubled to right field. Carter said one of the big things for him this year is that he knows he's going to bat fourth or fifth every single day. He said with the Astros last year, and it was, as he admitted, it was his own fault. He would bat anywhere from fourth to eighth in the lineup. And he said that would cause him some disruption. But as he admitted, he said, I didn't really deserve to stay hitting fourth or fifth because he struggled so much early on. Still hit 24 home runs. 0-1 pitch to him in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That was always a huge, huge concern of mine. I didn't know whether I'd be hitting 8th or 9th.
You can never talk Bruce Bochy or Lou Piniella into putting you up in the 4-hole or anything?
No. The highest I ever got was in the 5-hole.
Toyota Major League Scoreboard. Nats and the Twins are tied at 1. That game's in the bottom of the 7th inning. Strasburg, who has been pretty good this year, 9 strikeouts in 7 innings. Out to right field. Borges can't get it. It's over his head, off the wall. He'll quickly get it in. Going to second for his second double is Carter. And the Brewers have second and third with nobody out here in the 6th inning.
That ball got out to right field in a hurry.
Yeah, that's 9 doubles this year for Chris Carter.
Well, actually, one hops the wall on a ball that I thought Peter Borges had a chance to catch, but it was hit so hard, had good carry, right off the fence.
Well, McClure is heading out to talk to Eichhoff.
He's a large man, but that ball is smoked.
Phillies going to get some bullpen action going. Hector Neris will start to warm up. Luis Garcia, you saw him in the background. He is here. Phillies play the infield back, look for an out here. On top 4-3 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Neuenhuis takes a breaking ball for a strike. He singled his last time up. He's also struck out today.
That quite a few times today, going down to one knee, and he's done swinging. He did on the strikeout, his first at bat in the 2nd. Just did it again. So he goes down to his back knee here, his left knee. It's not the kind of balance you want as a hitter.
That one is pulled off the glove of Ryan Howard into foul territory. 1 run is in. Carter's being waved home. Neuenhuis is going to second. The throw to the plate not in time. And the Brewers take the lead. It's 5-4 here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
3 curveballs in a row. Neuenhuis stays on that one. Just out of the reach of Ryan Howard. Ball got to Ryan in a hurry.
Well, still nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Aaron Hill is up. Hill has a sac fly. He's also grounded out. There goes Neuenhuis. They didn't even look at him, so he'll steal third easily. First stolen base of the year.
Yeah, that's good a jump as you can get.
Hill goes around. It's 0-2. Phillies led this game 2-0 and 4-2. Now they trail at 5-4.
Jared has thrown some very good curveballs, but he's also thrown a few that are kind of rolling up at the plate.
No sliders either.
I don't see any sliders.
Oh, there you go. One slider. 60% fastballs.
Just doesn't seem to have that sharp break on it.
Ground ball to third. Franco chases Neuenhuis back. Throws out Hill, one away. Trying to keep this at a one-run game if the Phillies can. And VR is coming up.
That worked out nicely. It's a ground ball right to Michael at third base. No way Neuenhuis could score.
Pitches this inning for Jared. Up and in, and it's 1-0. Got Maldonado on deck. And then the pitcher's spot. The Brewers do have bullpen action. Here's Maldonado. You would think they're going to use a pinch hitter. Blazak is warming up in the pen. Cameron Rupp's going to have bruises all over him if he keeps getting hit with those backswings.
These guys have some lengthy follow-throughs. Last two have been sharper.
Floats outside, 3-2. This may be his last hitter. Hector Neris is warmed up and ready to go in the bullpen. There's Hector.
few of these innings have been stressful for Jared.
Yeah, the two of the last three, where they've scored runs, he's been extended somewhat. He's about to throw his 100th pitch of the day. Out to right center field. That ball is smoked, and it is off the wall. A run will score. VR goes to second. It's another double. 3 doubles in the inning, and it's now 6-4 Milwaukee. And Pete McCannon's heading out. He's going to make a double switch. Tyler Goodell's going to go in for Emmanuel Burris. And Pete's going to go get Hector Neris and Jared Eickhoff. His afternoon is complete. 5 1/3 for Jared. He's responsible for the runner at second. Phillies trail it by 2. Up the fans trivia quiz answer. All right, Ben, here we go. Name the 2 Brewers that made the 2015 All-Star game.
Is one a pitcher and one a position player?
Yes, that is correct.
I'm going to go with K-Rod.
K-Rod Francisco Rodriguez is correct, and Ryan Braun is correct. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. Thank you for playing Jeep Stump the Fans. I knew you'd get it because your nephew was in the booth, and obviously the Davis family does help your cause when it comes to the trivia questions. Well, here's Hector Neris with the Phillies down by 2. Neris 9 games so far, an ERA of 0. He has 17 strikeouts in 10 1/3. And it'll be nice to get a strikeout here. With VR leading off second. Ground ball to third. That'll do. He looks VR back to the bag and throws out Maldonado. 1 pitch and an out recorded by Neris, 2 away. And pitch hitting will be Alex Presley. Tyler Goodell, as part of the double switch, is in left field. So he will bat in the number 9 spot. And the pitcher spot is where Emmanuel Burris was batting. To right field. That ball is tattooed, and it is gone into the bullpen. Alex Presley has hit his first home run of the year, and it's the first run allowed by Hector Neris this season. And the Brewers tack on a couple more. They have scored 6 runs in this inning, and they now lead it 8-4.
We were wondering last night why Alex Presley did not bunt. First and second, nobody out. Craig Counsell hoping he would do something like that. Split her up. None of the hits in this inning have been cheapies. They've all been hit very hard.
Oh, here's another one down the right field line. It's going to be another extra base hit. Santana, who can run, is on his way to second base, and he is there sliding. 9 men have come to the plate in the inning. 6 extra base hits for the Brewers in the inning. And Scooter Gennett, who started this rally with an opposite field home run, well, he'll get a chance to bat again. He's the 10th man to come to the plate. Bob McClure heads out to chat.
It really is something. You look at it, double, home run. Well, it started with a home run, single, double, 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 home run, double. Whew.
Well, earlier this inning, here is Scooter Gennett, opposite way.
A fastball down and golfs it out. Estimated at 384 feet. Opposite field.
Off the hands and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Franco gives it a look. It'll be back about 20 rows, and it remains 1-2. Maris trying to get out of this inning. The Brewers have put a 6th spot on the board. Jared Eickhoff goes 5 1/3, 9 hits, 7 earned runs, no walks and 7 strikeouts. Jared had been cruising along through 5 innings. He had the 7 strikeouts through 5, had retired the Brewers in order 3 times. The only real rough spot he had was in the 4th inning when he had allowed 2 before this one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Scooter Gennett swings and misses that one. He's down on strikes, and that will retire the side. Finally, 10 men came to the plate in the inning. The Brewers do leave one, but they pounded out 6 runs. We'll head to the top of the 7th. It's 8-4 Milwaukee. In the 6th inning, they had 7 hits, 6 extra base hits. For the Phillies, Maikel Franco has an RBI single, his 8th RBI this series. Willie Peralta now leads the pitcher record on the winning side. 10 batters, 7 hits, and 6 runs for the Brewers. And they're half of the 6th inning. Michael Blazek will be the new pitcher for the Brewers, 1-0 with an ERA of 2.25. Willie Peralta, who exits the game. His line we just gave you. He's lowered his earned run average to 7.40. Came in at over 8.5 with his effort here today. Brewers bullpen comes into this ball game with an ERA of over 5. In fact, their staff ERA is the worst in baseball. But they've got a 4-run lead to work with, and they need 9 outs. Tyler Goodell, who is into the pitcher spot, I think I had said that batting 9th, he's batting 8th, of course. The pitcher batting 8th for the Phillies, and it's 0-2.
Even if the Phillies can bounce back and get 1, maybe 2 runs here, just get back in the flow of scoring. They get 3 cracks at it.
Yuri Hinojosa warming up in the pen. Outside, 2-2. On the inside corner. And that's out number 1 here in the 7th inning. As he gets Goodell looking, here comes Peter Borges.
I don't think that was exactly where Maldonado wanted that, or where Blazek wanted to throw it. But it was a strike.
Blazek was formerly the property of the St. Louis Cardinals. In fact, they acquired him for John Axford, the Brewers did. Axford was at one time the closer for Milwaukee, sent over to St. Louis where they needed a little bullpen help. When he was up in the big leagues with the Cardinals, was sent down because the Cardinals needed Michael Wacha to make his major league debut. Walker has turned out to be a good one. That was back in 2013. Walker wound up winning 4 games then. He won 17 games last year. And he's already off to a 2-0 start for the Cardinals as Borges lines one into right field. That'll be a base hit. And it scoots right by Santana. Borges, thinking about 3, is already around second base. The throw by Jeanette is not in time. A 1-out triple for Peter Borges. That ball was played poorly by Santana, but it did skip off the grass.
Balls are getting on the ground in the outfield and just scooting. Chris Carter's did it last inning. Peter Borges, this ball is really hit hard. Nice job of hitting. It must look like Santana wanted to take his glove off and throw at the ball. This is how you pick him up and put him down. Peter knew as soon as that ball got past Santana, it was going to be 3 all the way. Had his steps timed perfectly around the bases.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if that's the result of all the work they've done these last couple of days. But they did want him to try to go the other way a little bit more. So he's in scoring position. And Odubel Herrera, who does have a base hit today, he's 1 for 3. He's hit in 6 consecutive games. Fly ball left field. Braun venturing back. Borges will tag. Braun will make the catch. And Borges will score easily. It'll be a sac fly for Odubel Herrera. It's now an 8-5 ball game.
Exactly like I said. 1, maybe 2. Well, there's 1. It's great to be able to bounce back like that. When you have 3 cracks at it, every little run will help. That ball traveled to left field.
Galvis singled his last time. He takes outside 1-0. Freddie bunted, but the bat left his hand when he made contact, so all the ball could do was roll foul toward the on deck circle.
Sounded like his bat was hollow.
He literally just threw the bat base. He really threw it at the ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Galvis. Do you like Jim Wolf as a ball strike umpire?
I did. Wolf and I got along very well.
It's a pretty good strike zone today. Back toward the middle, a base hit for Galvis. Now that extends the inning and gives Maikel Franco a chance to bat with a runner on first base. Phillies are offering family packs, 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 Cokes for $100. Available for select weekend home games. For information and to order, visit the ticket section at Phillies.com.
Can't beat a hot dog, Tom.
We're 4. Maikel's average up to 300 with his 1 hit today, 1 for 3. Takes low. It's 1-0. Blazak last year had a good season for the Brewers. His ERA was 2.43. 47 strikeouts in 45 games, but his bread and butter was getting ground balls. His sinker has been so good since coming over from the Cardinals. And it's even 1-1 to Franco. He was not expecting an 83-mile-an-hour breaking pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Franco.
That single he hit off of Willie Peralta score a run in the 3rd inning. It's been a steady diet of off-speed pitches.
Runner goes, pitches low, throw to second base by Maldonado is in time. Galvis is saying he got his foot there. He's pointing toward the dugout. Rob Drake, the second base umpire, made the call. McClure's on the phone with the bullpen. Larry Bowa is on the phone to see if Freddie beat that. Top of the 7th inning. They may just request the review anyway.
Larry's saying to go ahead and challenge it.
Oh yeah, he's in there. Well, I shouldn't say it so definitively. It looks like he's in there.
Ooh, I don't know.
See that one, that angle, you're right, that angle wasn't as definitive. Take another look as we slow it down. Tags him right there. His foot looks like it's on the bag when he tags him, but that's awfully close.
That is a tough one.
That one may be inconclusive and they may not overturn it. They may just go with the call stands and not confirm it. But it's worth it, I think, for Pete to, at this point in the game, top of the 7th inning, with your team down by 3. It's worth it to check on it.
It's a heck of a throw by Maldonado.
Well, we've seen a couple angles. The first angle that we saw, which was, I guess, the front shot, looked like his foot did get in before the tag. But the other 2 angles were not as conclusive. Which leads you to believe that they'll let the call just stand. That one right there, look, his foot's in the bag, now the tag is applied.
Yeah, that one from the other side, though, it looks like he gets it.
You're right. See there, it looks like the foot's on the bag and then he applies the tag on the knee. That one makes it look like he's safe. This one makes it look like he's safe. And they're seeing all these different shots. So, but this one right here, this is where it's tough.
Right.
See the tag's coming in. Foot's on the bag now, and the tag is made. So it does look like he's safe. But it's very close, and it may not be conclusive to overturn it. Sam Holbrook is the crew chief. He's to the left. Rob Drake made the call. He's to the right.
What I'm wondering is why they need 2 umpires on headsets. Just to confer that.
Well, they need the umpire that made the call in case there's any questions, or just to kind of confirm it. And then they need the crew chief since he's in charge.
Okay.
It used to be that 3 went out when they went underneath to look at the home runs, and they kept 1 on the field just to maintain order and make sure that the pitchers didn't do anything unnecessary while there was a stoppage of play. This is taking an awfully long time to confirm or overturn. So here we go. The decision. I don't think they felt like it was conclusive enough. I mean, we showed you plenty of highlights, and it looked like he was safe with most of them. Not all of them, but with most of them. So the call stands. It's not confirmed, so nothing conclusive to overturn whether Freddie Galvis was safe or out. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. It's 8-5 Milwaukee. 7th inning. Dalia Hinojosa is about to check into the ball game for the Phillies in relief of Hector Neris. You know, it's interesting. We had a chance in between innings to look at that replay again. It did look like his foot was there, but they must not have felt that it was conclusive. Time now for a Hyundai defensive play of the game. We'll take a look at that play. And you said the release by Maldonado was excellent.
And the tag by Scooter Gennett is very quick as well.
Yeah, his foot's in there. But again, I mean, how many times did we look at it and we couldn't definitively decide? Right there, the bag moves now and the tag is applied. It does look like the foot's there by a hair ahead of the tag.
But just not enough to overturn it. And that is your Hyundai defensive play of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
All right, so the Phils did get a run back in the top of the 7th inning. Now it's up to the bullpen to keep it at a 3-run deficit. Hinojosa in his 9th game, 0-1, an ERA of 3.86. And he will face Ryan Braun, Chris Carter, and Kurt Neuenhuis. These guys have done some damage here this afternoon for Milwaukee. In fact, Braun has 2 hits in 3 official at-bats. He has scored a couple runs, has an RBI. So he'll lead it off. Braun, Carter, and Neuenhuis have scored 5 runs and have driven in 3. Braun was right in the middle of that 6-run 6th inning. The Brewers had 6 runs on 7 hits. They had 6 extra base hits in the inning. So the first pitch from Hinojosa, it's fastball in there. It's 0-1. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Ryan Braun. Try to split, and it runs low. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Braun. Phillies will head off to Washington. Meanwhile, the Brewers will head to Chicago to face the Cubs.
About an hour and a half from here, isn't it?
About that?
Yeah.
72 miles to O'Hare Airport. And then you got a little traffic on the way to downtown as Braun goes down looking. And there's 1 out. Chris Carter's coming up. Carter has 2 doubles today. He has 9 doubles already on the season.
Ryan Braun was looking for a splitter right there. Took a heater.
Outside.
Mile per hour, matching his jersey number. It is still odd to look and see a 94 on a baseball diamond.
94. He's wearing it in honor of something that was part of his life in Cuba. He was offered a different number. He said, nope, that's the number I want to wear. There's a strike. It's 2-1.
Not only was that 94, but perfectly on the knees on the outside corner.
Waved at 2-2. Carter is tied with Nick Markakis and Dexter Fowler with the 9 doubles. That's tops in the National League. He's also 4th in RBIs. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did, says the home plate umpire Jim Wolf. Back-to-back strikeouts for Hinojosa.
There's that good splitter that Ryan Braun was looking for. Chris Carter not able to check his swing. Very rare where you have 2 relief pitchers with pretty much the same arsenal in the fastball and the splitter as Neris and Hinojosa.
Different splitters, though.
They are different.
They both grip it differently. Inside.
And overthrew that one.
Hinojosa, when he defected from Cuba as a pitcher for the national team in the Industrial League, he was making the equivalent of $15 a month, 348 pesos, when he and his wife defected from Cuba.
It's amazing.
Swing and a miss, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
That blows my mind.
Signed with the Red Sox. He signed for $4 million. So that sort of changed his life.
Think about when he got that first paycheck.
On the hands, that is back over the screen to Nieuwenhuis. And the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one's hit right back to the box, and Hinojosa flips it underhand in time. That's a 1-3 in the scorebook at a 1-2-3 inning. So 7 in the books here at Miller Park. We'll go to the 8th inning. The Phillies trail it by 3. to you by your local Ford stores. By Jefferson. Call 1-800-JEFF-NOW or visit jefferson.edu. And by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers and our most exciting lineup ever. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Top of the 8th inning, and Tyler Thornburg will be the new pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers. After Michael Blazek allows 1 run in the 7th inning. Thornburg 2-0 with an ERA of 3.68. Now, he is a strikeout pitcher. Phillies did see him in yesterday's game. In fact, he pitched a scoreless 8th inning. He walked the leadoff batter, but also picked up a strikeout along the way. See, lefties are hitting .308 against him. He'll face the lefty Ryan Howard after Maikel Franco. But here's 3, 4, and 5 for the Phils. As they try to come from behind, they led it 2-0, led it 4-2. But then a 6-run 6th inning gave the Brewers the lead that they have right now. Franco fouls that one down the right field line. It's 0-1. He has 1 hit today, an RBI, and he takes low. His average sitting at 300. Luis Garcia. Trouble catching that ball back from the catcher.
Wasn't quite ready for that one.
Chopper back to the box, and Thornburg's got it. And he leads Carter to the bag, 1 away. Ryan Howard's coming up. It's time for the Major League Notebook. Murph?
It is indeed time. We have some news on a former Philly. Cole Hamels has been scratched from his latest start for the Rangers. It was supposed to be tomorrow against the Yankees, but Hamels is dealing with a bit of a groin injury. Now, nobody thinks it's too serious. It's the same injury that caused him to miss a game last season in August when he first arrived in Texas. After that injury, after he was able to get back his next 10 starts, he went 7-0 with an ERA around 3. So they're not too concerned about it, but he will not pitch tomorrow against the Yankees. And also, the 87th All-Star game is just about, well, it's coming up. It's coming up mid-season, of course, and the All-Star balloting begins today. And, of course, fans are asked to go online and vote for their favorite players to make the All-Star game. Last year, how about this? 620 million votes online, whether it be on MLB.com or on your team's website or on their mobile app. All of those are ways to vote. 620 million votes a year ago. That nearly doubled the most vote totals of all time. So you can start today. Over the next couple of weeks, vote for those players, and we'll see who makes the Midsummer Classic, guys.
All right, Murph. Midsummer Classic will be played in San Diego. The Padres, for the Home Run Derby, are putting the players in the old school San Diego Brown uniforms. Cool. Ball and 2 strikes to Howard. He's 0 for 3. Hit the ball hard his last time up. The sinking line drive to center field. Thornburg fires that one high. Maldonado did want it up. That was a little too far up. You know, out in San Diego, they got rid of the beach in right center field.
Why?
They put more bleachers out there.
Just for the All-Star game?
No.
Permanent.
Everyday life. Howard fouls it away. I was watching highlights of the game last night. And somebody hit a home run against, maybe it was the night before. Somebody hit a home run or off Chris Carpenter into the new seats. But it was part of the personality, the fabric.
You think of San Diego, you think of the beach.
And breaking ball and a called strike 3. Howard down looking, 2 outs. Cameron Rupp's coming up. The Eagles made a bold move to get the number 2 pick in the draft. All next week, CSN experts Derek Gunn and Reuben Frank will prepare you for the Eagles draft day on Quick Slants, weeknights at 6 only on Comcast Sportsnet. All right, so 2 away, and Cameron Rupp, who is 1 for 3 with an RBI double. Think about his RBI double, which came in the 6th inning, that gave the Phils the lead 3-2. Thinking, all right, they're in line. They can get this sweep. Well, now they got some work to do to pull the brooms back out.
See, Jim Wolf has really lessened the pace at which he throws the ball back to the pitcher. He used to fire rockets.
That's Marv problems, apparently.
Really?
Yeah. Jim Wolf makes his home in Arizona now, after growing up in Southern California. 2 balls, 1 strike to Cameron Rupp. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
I love watching the Wolfpack, and Randy would pitch at the vet. The Wolfpack, they made me laugh.
Padilla, Flotilla.
Sal's pals.
Mace's faces. 2-2 to Cameron Rupp. And a strike 3 called, a fastball at 95. And Thornburg has a very easy 8th inning. Phillies go down in order. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 8-5. Brewers on top. Time now for our W.B. Mason deliveries of the game.
Quite a big inning in the 6th inning for this Brew Crew. Scooter Gennett starts it off with a home run. Neuenhuis down the line, 2-run double. Villar with a bullet off the right field wall for an RBI double. Presley, pinch hit, 2-run homer to right field. They had it going. 6 extra base hits, and they are your W.B. Mason deliveries of the game.
Well, here's Luis Garcia making his Phillies debut here in 2016, as he'll take over in the bottom of the 8th inning. So the numbers down to Lehigh Valley, a 4.26 ERA. The problem with Luis in spring training was command, and that was his problem initially with Lehigh Valley.
Pours that first one in at 95 miles an hour.
Ground ball left side and backhanded by Galvis. He'll flip it over to first, and Aaron Hill has an infield hit.
Aaron Hill, a veteran, but can still really get down the line. Freddie does all he can.
VR had a rocket of a double his last time up, out to right center field. 8-5, Milwaukee's on top. They scored 6 runs in the 6th inning. They sent 10 men to the plate in that inning. In front of the plate, it's a fair ball. They tag VR. Up to second base goes Aaron Hill. That's not reviewable, so the play will stand.
Jim Wolf said it's not where it hits, it's where it lands.
It hit on the backside of home plate, but spun forward. Hey, give credit to Aaron Hill. He was running the whole way.
Did that hit Cameron's glove?
Well, that's what I was wondering.
You can see the indention right behind home
Yeah,
plate.
there's almost like a circle there. Well, it'll go 2 unassisted to retire VR.
So that hits the ground and it hit Cameron's mitt. It's a foul ball.
Because it was in foul territory
Correct.
when he did it.
Correct.
There's Maldonado with a runner at second base. Pitch low. Think about, though, as we watch the replay of it again.
No, it doesn't. Not even close.
Boy, a lot of English on it.
Use a little bit of chalk, Tom.
How about Aaron Hill, though? He didn't miss a beat. I mean, he took off for second base. I mean, that easily, if he hesitates even a little bit, could have easily been a double play.
Yes. The old 2 unassisted. Don't write that too often.
Rupp throws behind the runner. And Hill is back. To the left side, Galvis charges. And he'll take care of Maldonado. 2 outs. Over to third base goes Aaron Hill. And Colin Walsh will pinch hit. Phillies Baseball Academy is open for business. It's baseball and softball camps for girls and boys aged 6 to 14. 4 divisions allow for age-appropriate instruction. Professional coaching, skill development from Phillies players, coaches, and Baseball Academy instructors. Call 610-520-3400. Or check out the community section at Phillies.com. Walsh takes low. Fastball. 96 miles an hour is what it registers for Garcia. He's got the stuff. We saw it last year more consistently than any other part of his professional career. Those guys, though, that seems to need a lot of pitches to get an out. It's not always as clear and as crisp as they would like.
Right. Dave Presley had come in, pinch hit, home run, 2-run homer. I'd take the rest of the day off.
On the Toyota Major League scoreboard out in San Francisco, the Marlins and the Giants are tied at 1. Adam Conley against Matt Cain, two guys that have been plagued by some arm issues recently. It's a bit high, 3-2. In the air to left field. Goodell on the run and gets there and drops the ball. It went off the heel of his glove. I think he sensed that he was upon the tarp. Still should have caught it.
Once your feet hit that warning track.
Oh, he just missed it.
Yeah.
I thought it went the palm of the glove. It went out right off the side of the glove.
Looks like he flinched as that ball was about to hit his glove.
And a liner out to left. This time Goodell comes in and he dives. Did he hang on? He did hang on. And he may have hurt himself too. The side is retired here in the 8th inning. The other one was easier.
You think? Great play.
But Tyler Goodell wraps up the 8th inning by making a diving play. Well, let's hope that wrist is okay. He gets out of it. Phillies' last chance when we return.
Brewers up 8-5. Phillies hoping to come back and complete the sweep, and after they do, they'll head off to Washington, D.C. Off day tomorrow. On Tuesday, Vince Velasquez will take on Max Scherzer in the first game of a 3-game series. Wednesday, it'll be Jeremy Hellickson and Gio Gonzalez getting the baseballs, and Thursday at 4:05, that game time, Aaron Nola will look for win number 2 on the season. He'll take on Tanner Roark, Phils and Nationals in the next series. But guys, this one's not over yet.
Phil's down to their final 3 outs here, Murph, and they're going to face the closer for the Brewers, Jeremy Jeffress. They faced him last night and got to him a little bit. 5 saves and 5 save opportunities. Last night he allowed 3 runs. He came on to pitch the 9th inning. He was trying to keep the Brewers close. He did not do that. Well, it was a 7-6 game, then turned out to be a 10-6 game. So he will face Cesar Hernandez to start it off. It'll be Hernandez, then Andres Blanco, who will pinch hit for the pitcher. Cesar today is 2 for 3, a double and a run scored. Takes a fastball outside. It's 1-0. Jeffers, the hard-throwing right-hander, was the setup man last year for the Brewers, with Francisco Rodriguez, the All-Star representative a season ago, no longer with the team. He has assumed the role of being the closer for the first time in his career. And he delivers a strike at 94 miles an hour. It's 2-1.
Some good arms coming out of this Brewer bullpen, and Blazek, Thornburg, and now Jeffress. All mid-90s guys, good breaking balls.
Out to left field, Ryan Braun over toward the corner makes the catch. One away. Hernandez hit it hard. That'll bring Blanco up. It's time now for our GMC precision play of the game, and we just saw it to wrap up the bottom of the 8th inning.
We did, and Tyler Goodell, after dropping the ball down the left field line, comes in, saves the day in left field. Boy, that is a good play. I didn't realize how hard his face hit the turf. Man.
His face and then his wrist bent
and
back.
His wrist. Gosh, he's okay, and that is your GMC precision play of the game.
Now Darren Ruff is out in the on-deck circle, and that's Goodell's spot in the order. Here is Andres Blanco. Blanco pinch hitting, 6 hits this year overall, hitting .286. Tried to check his swing. He went around, and quickly it's 0-2. That was 96 to Andres Blanco. Phillies need a couple base runners to bring the tying run to the plate. Try to check his swing again. Did he go? No. This is the third base umpire, Carlos Torres. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Got him this time. Threw him a breaking pitch. And 2 away. 5 in a row retired by the back end of the Brewers bullpen. And Darren Ruff will bat for Tyler Goodell.
Not a whole lot you can do with that breaking ball. You got to respect the 95, 96, even 97 of Jefferson. He drops that one on you. That is tough.
Phillies took the first 2 games of this series. Had a lead a couple times here this afternoon. And it takes outside.
Another tough draw for Darren Ruff.
Yeah. Pete had said he probably was going to play all 3 games this weekend. He played the first 2. He's average at 167. Down the right field line. And that'll be out of play. Domingo Santana gave it a look. One ball, 1 strike. And a liner out toward right field coming on is Santana. He can't get it. He plays it on 1 hop. And Darren Ruff will be aboard with 2 men down.
Hey, Darren.
Well, he said it was a tough draw, but he hit it hard. And now Peter Borges with 2 outs. Borges tripled his last time up. That was against Blazek. So that's a tough pitch to hit down and on the inside part of the plate. It was a strike, but that's a tough pitch to hit.
And at 94.
Toyota Major League Scoreboard, they're tied up at 4 in the bottom of the 9th inning. Bryce Harper, a 9th inning pinch hit home run to tie it up for the Nationals. So much for the day off.
Yeah.
Nationals trying to win their 14th game already. Phillies trying to win their 10th game. They're at the 500 mark, trying to get above the 500 mark. Swing and a miss, 1-2. So the Phillies are down to their final strike here in the top of the 9th inning. Ground ball to third. Aaron Hill has it, stumbles, throws low, dug out by Carter, and the ball game is over. As the Brewers take the final game of this 3-game series by a final score of 8-5, Jeremy Jeffress is able to close it out for his 6th save in 6 opportunities. Our Chevy player of the game is Ryan Braun. He was 2 for 4 with a home run and 2 runs scored. Brewers reached double digits in base hits here this afternoon. It was their 6-run 6th inning. They had 6 runs on 7 hits, 6 extra base hits in the inning, and they're able to hold on to an 8-5 victory over the Phils. We'll be back to Miller Park to wrap things up right after this.